Have you with us on this Tuesday afternoon? I'm Dustin Grove. We want to begin with new details on that shooting today that injured a woman in her own home. It happened just north of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and family members at the scene tell us this woman is 72 years old and somebody shot up her house this morning. It happened around 4:30 near 30th and Georgetown Road. The woman who lives there was hit, then rushed to the hospital in critical condition. We've learned she is stable, and family tells us police have the Ring doorbell camera footage and are reviewing it. Of course, we want to continue to update this story here, and as soon as we learn more, we'll let you know both here and online at WTHR.com. The other big story we're following today is the weather. We are nearing record warmth. Also a pretty windy day out there, and Sean says we are still tracking those rain chances for Halloween. A lot to talk about. Sunny and 74. I think perfection, though, is sunny and 75. We're close.
We are real close, partner, and not far from the daily record high today, which is 81. That's our forecast high. Usually it's not a good rule of thumb to forecast a record, but we may break this thing here very soon. Let's show you the numbers for today and for tomorrow, I might add, because tomorrow's record high is 82. And if you stepped outside this morning, you definitely felt that warm wind kicking in, and that is certainly what's going on. Mid-70s across most of central Indiana already, and when you take these numbers and compare them to this time yesterday, we are running about 15 degrees warmer than that pace that took us to 70 for a high yesterday afternoon. So we feel pretty confident we're going to be in the 80s here, at minimum in the lower 80s. Some spots could easily get into the mid 80s here. This time of year, to get this kind of warmth, you have to have a strong southwest wind, and that's what we do. Because of that strong wind, the dry soils, the dry air, a rare red flag warning issued for a good portion of the northern half of the state. The first red flag warning we've had since April 2023. What you need to know about the impacts here, you need to avoid burning anything and know that fire can spread rapidly. And also with that strong wind, we could have some isolated power outages here today and tomorrow. We'll talk about the Halloween rain coming up in the 7-day forecast.
All right, now to the latest developments in the Delphi murders trial. Yesterday, on day 9, new experts took the stand, sharing some heartbreaking insights. This was an especially tough day. Insights into what may have happened in Abby Williams and Libby German's final moments. That testimony focused on the science of these crimes and what was found at the scene. Now we're getting a look at what's happening right now on day 10. Our Bob Siegel has been in session all morning and breaks down the latest from the courtroom.
This morning here in Delphi, jurors got to hear the actual interview between Richard Allen and investigators. Steve Mullen, a head investigator for the prosecutor's office here in Carroll County, and Carroll County Sheriff Tony Liggett. The jurors, again, they got to actually hear Richard Allen in his own words during the first interrogation that police conducted with him. The videotape of that interview that jurors got to see, it starts off pretty relaxed, with Richard Allen appearing to be calm, freely offering up information about where he was on the day of the murders. They were talking to him after Richard Allen voluntarily went to police a few days after the murders to inform them that he was on the trails that day. During the interview that jurors just got to see, Richard Allen said, "Hey, I'm here and I'm wanting to help you out." What started as a relaxed interview then got tense once the investigators told Richard Allen they would like to be able to download information off his cell phone and also to search his home. At that point, they said, "We're not mad at you, we're not upset with you, we're just trying to get to the truth." Richard Allen, after some dialogue back and forth, said, "I think we're done." The investigators told him that we've already talked to your wife and your daughter. And then they asked him the question, is that person you? That's the question, as they showed him a picture of Bridge Guy. And they pointed out that the clothing that Richard Allen said that he was wearing that day is somewhat similar to the photograph that was taken on Libby German's phone, the video that she took that has been used by investigators to try and see if they could find Bridge Guy. Richard Allen got more and more agitated as the interview went on. At one point, he told investigators, he said, "It's not me. You're not going to convince me it's me. I had nothing to do with the murders." And they said, "We're not trying to give you a hard time." Richard Allen said, "We're done here. Arrest me or take me home. This is ridiculous. I'm not going to talk to you anymore. This is stupid." He said, "You're pissing me off." He said, "Are you arresting me?" They said no, and that's when the interview ended. So that is the first interrogation with Richard Allen. Coming up, jurors are going to get to see a second interview with him. The first one about 90 minutes long. We are heading back into court to take a look now at that second interview that jurors will get to see, and that is what led directly to his arrest back in October of 2022. We'll have more for you on what the jurors are seeing coming up on 13 News at 5. In Delphi, I'm Bob Siegel, 13 News.
All right, Bob, thank you. And a reminder, every weeknight we're breaking down what happens in court in our Delphi debrief. Our reporters in Delphi and our legal analysts, they do a deep dive every night on this case, and you can catch that on our WTHR Plus streaming app. It's free to download on Apple TV, Amazon Fire Stick, and on Roku. State police say a wrong-way driver is to blame for a crash downtown on the interstate. It happened overnight in the southbound lanes of I-65 at 21st Street. Troopers tell us the car collided with an oncoming semi. Medics at the scene rushed both drivers to the hospital. No word right now on their condition. We're working to get an update on that and the latest on the investigation. Police tell us they are trying to determine whether impairment may have played a role in that crash. This afternoon, we know that 10 people have been arrested as part of a weekend crackdown on reckless driving. Indianapolis Metro Police, along with state troopers, tell us part of that crackdown included so-called spinning gatherings. They say they also found missing children during that operation. IMPD shared these pictures here of some of the cars they impounded. Officers say they arrested adults and minors across the city.
We're encouraging you and we're telling you it's not safe to do. And if you choose to do it, you likely could face charges.
Some of those arrested face preliminary charges of reckless driving or resisting law enforcement. Metro Police say they also busted a party with as many as 200 young people early Sunday morning. Went down at an auto shop near Southeastern Avenue and State Avenue. Right now, the owners of M&H Garage are under arrest in connection with that party. IMPD says the party was so large that it actually extended onto Southeastern Avenue. Many of the young people were hanging out in the driveway. Inside, officers say they found multiple tables with alcohol and Jell-O shots. The person who threw the party says he sent the invite to family members, and then those invites ended up being shared on social media, and the party got out of control quickly.
That flyer got out to an Instagram account along with just other people posting it, and they just kept reposting it and reposting it, and a bunch of people just ended up getting the address.
That young man's dad owns the body shop and says they didn't provide any of the alcohol, and if there was alcohol, a bartender was checking IDs, and the shop's owner says he plans to fight those charges. The former Center Township constable who pleaded guilty to a number of criminal charges wants her plea thrown out. Denise Hatch pleaded guilty to felony official misconduct, unlawfully carrying of a handgun, and disorderly conduct. She'd had several run-ins with police, but Hatch's attorney says the plea was, quote, not knowingly and voluntarily made. Since taking the plea deal, Hatch has been removed from office. According to court documents, a hearing on the matter is set for November 12th. Now to the Pacers, and their losing streak continues this afternoon after falling to the Orlando Magic last night. 119-115 was the final score. The Magic got off to a fast start. Jalen Suggs nailing the three-pointer there. Later, Tyrese Halliburton for the Pacers, he was on the move. He was able to find Isaiah Jackson, who comes up with the slam. Tyrese Halliburton came within one rebound of a triple-double last night. He had 19 points for the Pacers, but Paolo Banchero was unstoppable for the Magic. Look at that. He comes up with the drive and the dunk. He finished with 50 points last night. 5-0, 50. Pacers now 1-3 on the season. They are back at Gainbridge Fieldhouse tomorrow night to take on the Boston Celtics. We are now just days away from one of the biggest pop stars and concert series of all time landing right here in Indy. And the Children's Museum wants to join in on the fun as well. There are Taylor Swift themed activities planned all throughout this weekend that we want to let you know about. You can trade friendship bracelets with museum staff and other fans there. Plus, they're going to have Shake It Off dance parties. Visitors can also make their own bedazzled slime and get their face painted. The activities are going to run several times a day from Friday through Sunday. It's going to be a party. This afternoon, Colts owner Jim Irsay is announcing the 2 ticket winners for Taylor Swift's concert here in Indy. Congratulations, Audrey and Garrett. So Audrey will be attending the concert in honor of her friend who passed from cancer last year and was a big Swiftie. And Garrett won the tickets for his wife and daughter. Congratulations to both of them.